Sometimes we wear productivity as a badge of honor. The more that we get done, the more accomplished we feel. However, I think this mindset can be a slippery slope because it can push us beyond our limits, maybe even lead us to burnout without realizing it. So how do we get everything done while still embracing a slow living lifestyle?
Come on, shake. You got me. You got me again. You got me.
I've been trying my best to count my accomplishments by how I feel at the end of the day. And this has made a huge difference in how I prioritize my time. Today is the weekend, and I have a lot to do. So I thought it was a perfect chance to share with you guys my productivity routine while still practicing mindfulness. I love the feeling after a good workout, but sometimes it's really hard to find the motivation. So dedicating 30 minutes to working out first thing in the morning when I have the most energy feels less daunting. I save a lot of different workout videos on Instagram and YouTube, and I'll leave some of my favorites down below. On the weekends, I do like to go for a run, swim, and recently got into surfing, which has been fun and challenging. For me, having an active lifestyle and finding ways to move my body is much more of a priority than a dedicated workout. My favorite part of yoga is Shavasana, which is the final resting pose at the end of a yoga practice. A yoga teacher, Tiffany Cruikshank, says, in Shavasana, the body and mind get a chance to take in and integrate the effects of the practice. It's also an important practice for the nervous system to recalibrate and reset, which we know is so important in our busy, stressful lives. Not only is it important to not skip Shavasana, but I think we should integrate similar mindful practices throughout our day in the form of meditation, breath work, or simply by unplugging. I've been eating so much watermelon this summer. It's the perfect healthy snack for a hot summer day. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to cut watermelon, but I'm trying my best. And when I buy it, I try to cut it and prepare it right away so that we have healthy snacks around the house for the upcoming week. Planning in advance for these little things saves us a lot of time, so we have that extra time to do the things that we really want to do. I used to obsess about keeping our house neat and tidy at all times, but this was so unrealistic and it was exhausting. We have a life, we have 2 dogs, and things are gonna get messy. We do our best to keep the house clean throughout the week and dedicate Saturday mornings for deep cleaning. A clean space feels like the biggest reset for me because the state of my house is probably a reflection of my state of mind. Cleaning and organizing is a simple gesture to get our lives back in order. I've been keeping some easy, simple recipes in my back pocket for when our schedules get really hectic. This is one of my favorites, a twist on the traditional caprese salad with sweet tomatoes, big chunks of mozzarella, sweet basil topped off with olive oil and tangy balsamic glaze. It takes 5 minutes to make and it's so satisfying. When I have some extra time in the mornings, it's such a treat to take my sweet time to get ready while I drink coffee. But most days, I just stick to my everyday makeup and skincare routine so I can get my day started. It's good to have trustworthy products to make this process easier. Grocery shopping is something that we all have to do, so why not make it enjoyable? Create an experience out of it. Now, I'm not trying to over-romanticize the ordinary tasks, but I think it's important to find a way to make a routine enjoyable. For example, I love coming to this farmer's market because of the fresh local produce and amazing deals that I can find. With all the hustle and bustle of life, it's so easy to forget about the most important thing at the end of the day, ourselves. I've been taking the initiative to carve out some time in my day to do what I really love. Even the smallest things can make a huge difference in how I feel, and it always makes me fall in love with life all over again. I've missed going to cafes so much. Just sitting here, winding down with a cup of coffee, and reflecting back on my past week. Reflecting on our week is such a good practice to direct our lives with intention. It makes us pay attention to what's happening in our lives, and it's a chance to get aligned with our goals. Eat what you love and love what you eat. This looks different for everyone, but I do think it's important to be mindful of what we eat without feeling guilty. One of my go-to recipes is this honey garlic salmon with asparagus and zucchini. Sometimes I'll add ginger and lemon if I have some left over in the fridge. But this recipe takes 15 minutes from prep to finish, and it always turns out amazing. I used to procrastinate way too much, but I noticed that this gave me even more anxiety when I had to make up for lost time. Instead of waiting last minute to write that dreadful email, start on that big project, or whatever is on my to-do list. I try to take the hesitation out of the equation and just take that first step. There's something so magical about the evenings. Maybe it's the dim lighting, the crisp, cool air, or how the world just gets lost in the silence. Even if I don't finish everything that is on my to-do list, I always try to relax in the evenings, to recharge and to reset. Sometimes we rush because we feel like we have to be constantly moving, but I think it's actually more productive to stop and check the direction in which we're headed. Let's give ourselves the time, space, and attention that we deserve to fully be present in our lives, no matter how busy life gets. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take care guys, and I'll talk to you very soon.